Van Nistelrooy in his workplace, where he is magnificent!
Flick from Solskjaer. Van Nistelrooy! There was only ever going to be one outcome.
And a good little ball into Van Nistelrooy! Oh, it's a breathtaking goal.
Van Nistelrooy did well, surrounded by white shirts and still going. What a run by Ruud van Nestlerooy! What a goal this could be! In that Manchester United penalty area, he could beat a goalkeeper blindfolded.
I want to take you back to the year 2000. You signed for Manchester United when the transfer is cancelled due to injury concerns. A few days later, you suffer a serious knee injury. And then 2 years later, you score 23 goals in 32 Premier League games and become PFA Players Player of the Year.
Yeah.
How do you explain a strong return?
Strong rehab. Also the support from United as a club at the time, and Sir Alex in particular, when he said, okay, one day you'll be a United player. And of course, at the moment you think, wow, it's nice. It's kind of him to say it, to support me, but probably won't be true. But then every month he phoned me, how's the rehab going? How is the knee doing? And I started believing, okay, I can actually get fit again and sign again if I can get completely fit and strong again, and stronger than before. So I started investing, I started training, and 9 months of sort of Olympic training, and in the end I did it with a great team behind me of physios and doctors, and in the end I was able to sign a year later for United again.
Van Nistelrooy did well, surrounded by white shirts and still going. What a run by Ruud van Nestlerooy! What a goal this could be! They got goal of the month for March, maybe even the season. Ruud van Nistelrooy with a very, very special effort.
You win the Players Player of the Year. How does that rank in kind of all-time achievements?
I think there's no better recognition than from your fellow teammates. And of course, the injury and how I came back and how I performed in that particular season. The Premier League players, the Professional Football Association, so it's all the professional footballers, they voted for me. And there can't be, there's nothing better than get the recognitions of your colleagues and teammates.
We tend to love creating rivalries. During this time, you are fighting for the title against Arsenal. You're also fighting for the Golden Boot against another fellow PFA Players Player of the Year in Thierry Henry. How do you think the two of you were an inspiration for each other?
Well, speaking for me, Thierry was pushing me and our rivals at the time were Arsenal, Chelsea, and many more. They were pushing us as a club.
Ruud van Nistelrooy gives Manchester United the lead. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who has just scored his 37th goal of a quite amazing season. Brilliant. A wonderful finish at the end of a wonderful run.
And also as individuals, so all them great players in those teams, they push you, and of course when you are competing for the Golden Boot against a striker like Thierry, then of course it pushes you to your limit, and I don't know, maybe vice versa, but you have to ask him.
We will. You started becoming a striker around 21, correct, at Heerenveen?
Yeah.
A midfielder up until then. Considering how synonymous you are with goal scoring, you've been top scorer in 3 domestic leagues, you've been sixth highest top scorer in the Champions League. How did that come about so naturally, so quickly, dare I say?
Well, it took also developing, of course, because at the time the manager of Heerenveen said, "Oh, Ruud, you're a good striker. You can be a 9." And of course, we started working, playing with your back towards goal. But I had a quick connection with that position, and started scoring goals. And I specialized more and more in that. sometimes I think that I missed playing also in midfield, but I think my strength was in the end to be there when it mattered and score the goals at the highest level.
You are part of a very distinguished group of Players Player of the Year through the PFA. What I'd like for us to do is go through a five-a-side, all-time five-a-side team with all the previous PFA award winners.
Yeah.
And it's up to you in terms of how you would like to do this. If you would like just one for the vibes, without a goalkeeper, purely attackers, it's up to you.
Okay.
But we have them here split into different positions.
Yeah.
Like I said, you are welcome to use yourself here. This is the 2001-2002 season. Which is the best version of Ruud van Nestlerooy at Manchester United, would you say? Is it this season you won it, or?
No, I think the season after was even better. I think that's the best I've played. My second season.
Right.
But also collectively by winning the Premier League at the time as well, and the Golden Boot at the same time. So that was very special. But this first year was a great recognition too. And no, I wouldn't put myself in the five-a-side, and I would definitely play with a goalkeeper. So
right. Well, it's all up to you in terms of how you pick it here.
Yeah.
And we set up a formation. So I don't know if you'd like to go through them and see how it would work.
Yeah. Start with Shilton.
Yeah. And Pat Jennings there.
And Pat Jennings. For me, it would be Shilton because I remember him as the England goalkeeper, watching him in World Cups.
Yeah.
So for me, definitely
Peter Shilton. We'll put him here then. How would you like to do formation-wise? One defender, two midfielders, forwards. We've got a fellow Dutch countryman amongst them.
Virgil. Yeah, it's definitely there.
You got John Terry there, who you played against.
Yeah.
Tough guy to go up against.
Tough guy. Tough guy. Very good defender. Yeah, for me it's Virgil.
Virgil.
Dutch connection in there. The best centre backs in the game. One defender I think will do.
Yeah, fair enough. We do the offensive power there. A lot of attacking midfielders there as well. And some fellow teammates.
Yeah, Roy Keane, Gerrard, Platt, Mahrez, Giggs, Bale, wow, De Bruyne, wow, fantastic players. I would go for he was my captain at United.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Roy.
Explain what kind of impact he had, both from a kind of a presence, but also just the way he got the group fired up, so to speak.
No, he was an example. He was a leader by example, and he was a driving force of the squad. And he always pushed in training for himself, for others, and also in games. He stepped forward and led us out and performed on the pitch. So in that sense, it was a great leader to follow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Not a bad three so far, Ruud.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
You're going
I'm
two
going
attackers then, huh?
Yeah, a little bit here.
True strikers fashion.
Teddy. Yeah, I played with Cherry.
Yeah.
Cherry, that's right.
Like that.
Yeah.
There must have been a massive mutual respect, as we touched upon there, huh?
Yeah, for me, definitely. I think when we met and when we speak, it's always good to meet and to speak and of course recognize his qualities for club and country and everything he's won. So yeah, I don't need to say any more. And I'm picking one more, and then it's instead of myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's Ian Rush.
Ian Rush.
Yeah.
Explain, for a younger generation perhaps who wasn't able to see him.
No, but I remember when I was really young, I remember seeing him play in the FA Cup finals, and it really drew my attention, the way he played, and the way he made his runs and he finished, and the amount of goals he scored. So for me, Ian Rush is one I would love. Well, I'm coaching this team.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be a coach.
I'm a coach now, so I'm not playing. I'm coaching these. I'm coaching these five without subs. So it makes my job easier.